C'aveva pure il DLC, mi pare, no? In cui era teenager. Per Day of the Devs devo continuare a segnare. Dio santo! Sì, mi fai un favore, fan, se continui a segnare. La signorina come si chiama? Non mi ricordo più. Ash, no? Ho sentito Ash. Ashcroft. Ashley Croft? Cos'è il prossimo evento? È Day of the Devs, c'è scritto lì su schermo. Mamma mia quanto è forte. Si chiama Grace.
Your library is full, but it's leaving you feeling empty inside. If you sat down and played your entire
Buonanotte.
game by the time you finished, you'd be 9,000 years old, and
Detto
everyone
Croft.
you loved would be
Sì,
dead,
sì.
including you. Don't let this happen. There is a better way. Hi, I'm Tim Schafer from Video Games, and I'm here to tell you the good
sì,
news
buonanotte
about
se
Day of the
andate.
Devs. Day of the Devs is an all-volunteer curation committee
Ma
that takes
quindi
hundreds of games
questo-
that you don't have to and brings you the very best of them to show you
Sa perché
like
Fast
this digital
Reaction.
showcase that you're about to see today. How
Non
much
era
does this
così
cost, you
male,
might
dai.
ask? $5 million? $10 million?
E tenerlo
Absolutely
a solo
not.
2 ore di
Day of
durata
the
era
Devs is a
ottimo.
non-profit and supported entirely by generous contributions from people like you and also our generous
Dopo questo cosa c'è?
So all
Devolver,
you have to
vero?
do right now is sit back and prepare to be inspired. Enjoy Day of the Devs Digital Showcase.
Penso che c'è questo e poi Devolver e poi posso andare a dormire. Ah, quella che costava? Ah, non lo so. Dobbiamo guardarlo, Devolver? Non dobbiamo guardarlo. Però c'è solo un gioco, mi hanno detto.
Well, in Snap and Grab, you'll be able to, and the developers are here to tell you how it's done.
Dai, guardiamo un po' di roba low stakes.
Hello, I'm Sassia, Senior Level Designer and Artist at No Goblin.
I'm Jamie, Senior Animator at No Goblin. And we're excited to share with you No Goblin's new upcoming game, Snap and Grab.
Snap and grab.
Snap and Grab? What does that mean?
I'm glad you asked. Picture this.
Voglio chiedere una cosa. Ma voi pensate
It's
che
the
sono
80s.
schizzinoso?
And you are nestled between high fashion
Perché
glamour
tanti mi dicono,
and
quando mi
high-ticket
parlano
crime.
di un gioco, quando parlo io di un
As
gioco,
Martina
mi
Bada,
dicono:
the
ah,
world's
penso che non ti
greatest
piacerebbe.
photographer.
Molto spesso me lo
You'll be
dicono.
tasked with visiting a variety
È vero
of
che io
rich
sono
and
tanto
lavish
critico.
settings, in which
Però
you'll have one
sono
question
di
on your
buona
mind.
bocca, trovo.
What will you be feeling tonight?
Quando gioco qualcosa trovo qualcosa da apprezzare. E per fartelo provare con la psicologia
In
inversa,
Snap and
maybe,
Grab,
però.
you will do cool crime
Secondo me sei molto
with only your
tollerante.
camera and your crew.
As you visit each venue, you will snap a variety of
Cioè,
high
la mia
ticket
serie
items.
preferita dopo Smash è Paper
And
Mario, che
anything that
sì,
might help
sono
or
bei
hinder your
giochi,
crew's
però,
chances of
cioè...
getting to them.
Non è che sono sto
You're done
apice
snapping.
del game
So
design.
use your photos to assemble your
Quindi
own
se quello è il mio
step-by-step
baseline,
plan for your crew to grab
forse hai gusti
your future
precisi, ma non per
possessions.
forza schizzino. No, vabbè, so quello che mi piace,
Just
però.
be sure to consider anyone who might get in your way, including Rio, a detective who's been on
Sei
Nipsey's
uscito dalla
trail
comfort
for
zone
quite
senza
some
problemi?
time now. Who knows
Se
when she'll catch
escludi
up.
tutta la
As
mia
the
playthrough di
anonymous
Dark Souls,
thieves
sì,
make
più o meno.
headlines, you'll attract new crew, giving you access to new ways to snap and grab.
Will you be able to plan the next perfect heist?
Or will your heist fail spectacularly?
È chiaro che mi trovo meglio su certi giochi e a voi piace di più vedermi su certi giochi. Su quello non ci metto... Non è in dubbio.
We can't wait to see what you plan next. In
Hai
Snap
fatto
and
molte
Grab.
demoniche e hai giocato a molti indie.
Available
Vabbè,
next
qui sì, le
year
demoniche...
on PC,
sì, con le demoniche ho giocato a ogni genere
and
immaginabile,
Xbox
penso.
Series X
Ma quelli,
and
vabbè,
S.
ci gioco per poco.
Does Untitled Goose Game ring a bell? It was one of the
L'unico
very
genere che non mi andrà mai
early
giù
Day of the
davvero
Devs
penso
games,
sia
so early, in fact,
il punta e
that when we
clicca.
asked the dev what the name of the
Punta e
game
clicca non
was,
mi piace.
do they have to have a name?
Però per il
You know the
resto
rest of the story.
mi adatto.
House, based in Melbourne, Australia.
Finché è un vero
Tells you
genere
a
e non è
brand new
tipo
kind of experience that
gacha
unlike
free to
anything else I've ever
play,
played.
scratch my balls.
But I'm not the right person to describe what it is. Better served that these anthropomorphized ant, duck, wobbly creature things do it for you. Take it away.
Hello.
Lui lo ricorda,
We're
lui è
House
l'uomo
House.
molto
You
alto,
might know
vero?
us because of our Goose Game. And we're here today to
Oh
show
shit,
you
mi
around our
ricordo
new
questo.
game.
Questo è Jabber Game.
Oh.
Questo è Jabber
It's a
Game.
cooperative multiplayer adventure made for friends to play together. It's called Big Walk.
Big Walk, sì. Questo 2 anni
It's a
fa
tricky
è
game to
stato
describe,
annunciato, mi
but
pare.
it's mainly
Era
about
scomparso
doing
per un
two
po'.
things, talking and walking. So talking. It's a big part of Big Walk, and we've put a lot of work into making a proximity voice chat system that feels natural and playful. You'll sound different if you're speaking up close,
Hello.
or far away, or in a tunnel,
Questo è praticamente Pingu
or
Friends.
over a walkie-talkie, or behind soundproof glass. In a situation like this, where you can't hear each other, you'll need to find other ways to communicate. So we've given you lots of ways to point and gesture,
Oh, there they are.
and plenty of tools to stay in touch when you're out of earshot.
I fall
And if you
down.
can't use voice chat, or you just don't feel like it, we've also made a proximity text chat system, so you can play the entire game that way as well. Hello.
The game is set in a big open world that we've filled with all kinds of stuff. To see it all, you'll need to go for a big walk.
Guarda tutti quei
Exploring as part of a
polygon.
group is a special feeling. Our chat system makes it important to stick together, so navigating the world of Big Walk requires lots of teamwork and talking.
Oh, that's not like pass.
As you explore, you can split up and go off on your own adventures, or even
Big
lose
map.
each other accidentally. When you're apart, you won't be able to talk face to face, and so finding a way back together isn't always straightforward. If you get lost in the bush, don't worry. You'll find plenty of ways to stay in touch and find each other again. Hello? If anyone can hear me, please shoot up a flare. Thank you.
This building behind me has a challenge in it. Completing challenges like these is the way to make
Friends
progress through
Lop,
the
che
game.
sembra carino.
They're
Cosa
all
vuol
about
dire
teamwork, and
Friends
they're all
Lop?
a little bit different. A
È
lot of them are
decisamente
designed
non
so that you find
slop.
funny
A
and
me sembra
surprising
ben
new ways to
ragionato
talk.
questo.
You might need to do some miming, or come up with a special code, or even sing to each other.
Okay, so you want to find a speaker that's like ooh wah wah ooh wah wah ooh wah wah.
They're not all about talking though. There's a bit of platforming in
Friend
there,
Gem.
some sports, and some weirder stuff too.
Stop.
Our challenges are open-ended, and leave plenty of room for you to do things your own way. Like the rest of the game,
A me
challenges in
sembra
Big Walk are
Lethal
about the joy
Company
of
ma
muddling through
wholesome
things
questo.
together.
So that's Big Walk. There's heaps to see and do, but there's also lots of room to just hang out in between. We think there's some real magic that happens when you
Ratatan
forget your
gum.
plans and find yourselves doing something else entirely.
You can sit and watch the sunset,
Tell stories as you wait for the night to pass.
Go dancing!
or you could steal your friend's binoculars and kick them into the ocean.
Oi.
Sorry.
We hope you enjoyed
Come
this
si
little
chiamava?
tour and
Cos'era il
got a sense of
sottotitolo
what we
di
think is so
Di Resi
special
9?
about this game. We made Big Walk to be a nice way to hang out with your friends in a video game, and we hope you like playing it as much as we do. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Requiem, ok. Bye bye. Grazie pinguini. 2026.
This next title is from the art director of Journey and the team at Giant Squid, who brought you beautiful titles like Abzu and The Pathless. You'll see the DNA of all those games in this one as you surf the sand on your sword and bring the sea back to life.
Sì.
This is Sword of the Sea.
Questo l'abbiamo già
Hi, I'm Matt
visto
Nava. I'm
da
the
Sony.
creative director at Giant Squid, and I'm very excited to share with you our latest game, Sword of the Sea.
Poi domattina dovrò vedere
Sword
gli
of the Sea
eventi
is
di
a
domani.
atmospheric adventure
E poi
game where you
domenica
surf
c'è
on a sword.
Microsoft alle 6:30. Che almeno finisce un orario
And it is
decente.
trying to give you the kind of spiritual experience that you get as a surfer, a
Questo sembra
snowboarder,
figo.
a skater. It takes a
Ho
lot
provato
of
una
what
demo
I've
di
done in my
recente di un
previous
gioco
games,
che è
going
praticamente
back all
Breath
the
of the
way to
Wild ma con
Journey,
una tavola da
Abzu,
surf.
The Pathless, and you're going to see those elements in the game, but it's going to take
questo
you
sembra una
somewhere
versione high budget di quello. Vabbè, solo che è incentrato tutto sul
Sort of Sea
surfing.
is all about movement, getting into a flow state, and that's something that as a snowboarder I've experienced myself.
L'ho detto quando
feel like there's
annunciarono
this
Sonic
kind of
Frontier,
magical experience that you
ma
have with these extreme sports. When you're
non so
doing
come
it, you
spiegarlo, ma
actually find
correre in
this kind of
fretta in un
meditative
mondo
quality.
aperto o
You are moving
surfare,
very quickly,
guidare in fretta in un
but you
mondo
get to
aperto è qualcosa di molto
understand
figo.
nature in a way that you can't
Che è molto
otherwise.
semplice
You
ma
get to
molto
see the
figo.
whole mountain
Se il mondo è
at once,
interessante o
and that
se,
lets you kind
sai,
of
se non è solo una
connect
linea dritta.
with the world in a deeper way. And I think that's what we want to do with the game.
Perché almeno a me degli open world, più che quello che c'è da fare, per me è importante la traversata. Il metodo di traversata, la varietà, come affronti gli ostacoli, quanto è rapido l'affrontare gli ostacoli, quanto gli ostacoli ti rallentano, eccetera, eccetera, no? È tipo una cosa di cui sicuro posso dire di Tears of the Kingdom rispetto a Breath of the Wild è che la traversata è incredibilmente migliorata, anche se trovi, non so, i costrutti con la mano jank. In ogni caso le nuove rune rendono la traversata molto più piacevole. E un gioco anche che ho giocato in passato, di cui parlo spesso bene della traversata, è Legende Arceus, che secondo me la gestisce in modo eccellente. Perché il cambio fra i vari pocket trasporti è istantaneo. La scalata è comunque rapida. Attraversare il mondo di leggende secondo me è bello. Fluisce bene. Meglio di Scarlatto e Violetto. Cos'è questo? Open World Escape Room Game. Il mondo è un escape room, quindi. Escape Academy 2, Back to School.
Hi, I'm Wyatt with Coin Crew Games, and we're here to announce Escape Academy 2, Back to School, the sequel to Escape Academy.
L'escape room finale è la terra, scappi via con un razzo.
Escape Academy 2 is an open world escape room game, where between your escape room classes you can explore a living and breathing
Il movimento è
campus that functions as
sottovalutato.
one big escape room.
Poi è chiaro che ogni open world ha il suo ritmo, E fidati, lo so adesso che sto giocando a Red Dead 2, quel gioco ha... è uno slow game, slow burn.
Building immersive narrative escape rooms. So when we started making a sequel for Escape Academy, we asked ourselves, how can we push that even further?
Come la traversata nell'escape room. Qua non c'è traversata, semplicemente risolvi e poi ci sarà una breve camminata da un puzzle all'altro.
To really get to be a student at the school.
In questo caso non è fondamentale la traversata perché è incentrato sui puzzle. E basta.
Students, and most importantly, find lots of rooms to lock yourself up in.
What was once a 2D level select map is now a fully realized explorable space.
Il pronostico,
Whether you're returning to the Academy or stepping in for the first time, you'll
come
find
devo
yourself in a world
pagarlo?
full of
Cyberpunk
unique
è
environments, from dusty puzzle
allora la
archives
risposta è no,
to
Nintendo
hidden
non c'è
rooms in
stata.
unsuspecting places. The campus
C'era
is
solo la
designed to reward
pubblicità,
curiosity with
nessun
secrets
annuncio.
tucked into every corner for players to discover. From lighting and atmosphere to environmental storytelling, we've pushed every element to heighten immersion and mystery.
For Escape Academy 2, our approach to narrative is to really lean into the roleplay of embodying a student at the Academy. You can talk to your fellow escapists to unlock quests, discover lore, and naturally get hit with a deluge of groan-worthy puns. Apologies in advance. Over the course of the game, you'll puzzle your way through character-driven quest lines that string together campus challenges and escape rooms, taking you through your second-year curriculum and the game's central mystery. If you want to get a sneak peek at the game and help us unlock its full potential, join our Discord and sign up for a playtest. We'd love to borrow your brain.
Wishlist Escape Academy 2 today on Steam, and we'll see you when you get back to school.
Ok. Ma non era...
Devo, Smashing Pumpkins,
non era una
Lush.
battuta.
All these bands are part of the 80s, 90s vibe that is Mixtape, from the prolific creators
Mixtape
of the
ritorna.
artful escape. But this is not a music game or a game about music. It's a game about life and friends and the music that gets us through it.
Qui lava c'è roba dopo cosa?
Oh, hi.
No,
I'm
vero.
Johnny Galvatron from Beethoven and Dinosaur, here in Melbourne Rock City. This is our secret
Dopo
lab
Devolver.
where we make video games. This is one of our artists, Arden. Fuck off. We're the BAFTA award-winning team behind The Artful Escape. But who cares? What's next? We're making a mixtape.
I thought we were in Jeff Keighley's thing.
Oh, The Artful Escape.
Oh, cool. Mixtape is a coming of age
Ricordo che lessi male il titolo di quel gioco. Tipo malissimo.
It's a psychedelic retrospective, a musical
C'è
journey
League of
that documents
Legends.
the breadth
Vabbè,
of
League
their
of Legends non lo
friendship and their
guardiamo.
greatest hits.
Ma Riot o League of Legends?
The whole game is a mixtape. The music is a mixtape. There's a mixtape of mechanics, from skateboarding to pulling slushies. A mixtape of eras, a mixtape of art styles and media, designed to take you back to the teenage wasteland.
We gonna get your stash and keep
Ah
going?
no, IO Interactive, non LOL, ok. No, boh, quello non lo guardiamo. Cos'è, c'è solo...
Dad, give away your grabbing booze.
But is the music any good? Holy
C'è solo, cosa c'è? Hitman, Mind's Eye e James Bond, cioè, ma li ho già visti i giochi. Non penso di dover guardare un focus su quelli.
Devo, I love Devo. Smashing Pumpkins, Portishead, Roxy Music, Silverchair, Lush, The Cure, Susie and the Banshees, Stan Bush, the Jesus and Mary Chain, the unkillable Iggy Pop, and apparently many more.
Are they following us?
Yup. I can't go to prison.
Boxes!
Ma quindi sono episodi praticamente, no? Ogni mixtape è una bravata, diciamo.
Play it
Un
on Game
ricordo.
Pass Day 1, wishlisted on Steam, play it on a PlayStation or Epic or whatever.
I thought we were riding together.
I didn't want to get all sweaty and shit.
Fair.
Mixtape. Nothing but the hits.
Did you see that Drinkbox Studios just announced their next title, Blighted, moments ago at the Summer Game Fest? Well, now they're here to give you an in-depth look at the game.
Hey, I'm Ian, the lead designer at Drinkbox Studios.
And I'm Augusto, art director at Drinkbox.
We're excited to finally tell you about our new game, Blighted. Blighted is a hardcore action Metroidvania set in a psychedelic Western nightmare. The game's full
Ha
of
detto
mysteries and
Metroidvania?
secrets, and one of its coolest features is a dynamic difficolty
Ecco, questo
system
gioco che mi ha
that constantly
annoiata
changes the
al Summer
enemies,
Game Fest,
the
qui sembra
player,
interessante
and the
per
world around
qualche
you as you
motivo.
play.
People in
Beh,
this world
perché
have a sacred
la prima
ritual.
impressione non
When
è
someone
tutto quello
dies,
che
a
esiste.
seed is planted in their brain. Over time, a tree grows from their skull and bears fruit.
Dipende
By
anche come lo
eating this fruit,
presentano.
one gains a knowledge and experience of their ancestors. That's how it was for generations. That is, until the one they called Sorcisto defiled the ritual. He discovered that by eating brains raw, he gained immense power. Sorcisto ate the fruits, destroyed the trees, and devoured your entire community. And in doing so, he released a reality-altering disease known as Blight. As the lone survivor, you have a singular goal. Hunt down Sorcisto to reclaim the memories of your people.
Now, like the rest of the world, you're afflicted with blight. It's constantly overtaking you, making enemies aggressive and unpredictable, and changing your perception of the world. You can find ways to suppress it, or you can harness it to fight back even harder. With practice, you'll be chaining together finishers, taking out huge blighted beasts, devouring their brains, and using their memories to fight and explore.
Ah, gli mangi il
With
cervello
enough
pure tu.
blighted memories, you'll start to see new layers of reality, reach hidden locations, and discover new gameplay mechanics.
Blighted marks our studio's first venture into 3D. allowing the art team to bring their designs to a whole new level as they craft gorgeously eerie worlds for you to explore. You'll be making your way through remains of long-dead civilizations and manifested nightmares, through mines carved into the interior of petrified giants and scaffolds to the gods. Drinkbox has a rich
quel
history of
gigante
action
sdraiato è
games, from
orribile.
Guacamelee to Severed to Nobody
Memorabile.
Saves the World. And we're excited to craft another one that will put your skills to the test. Blighted will support full co-op like many of our past games, and we're working with composer Jim Guthrie to create a soundtrack you'll never forget. We're excited for you to try the game, and we're aiming to have a playable demo later this year.
Wishlist the game on Steam and follow us on social media to make sure you don't miss it.
This next title is from a bona fide Day of the Devs alumni, Outerloop, whose games Thirsty Suitors and Falcon Age have both been previously celebrated in our showcases. Outerloop prides itself on being a minority-led studio with a mission to create accessible but meaningful games about underrepresented cultures and themes, and this title is a beautiful and vibrant example of just that. This is Dosa Divas.
Dosa Divas. A spicy RPG.
No one cooks anymore.
No one cooks anymore? Oh no, non un mondo senza cucina. La cosa più distopica. La gente non cucina più? Relatabile. Salviamo il mondo dalla non cucina. Bottle your salty sister. Crusher Fast Food Empire. Ah, la sorella. Sembra cool, fai le combo. Dosa Divas. Che cos'è una dosa? Già mi dice
I'm Eka,
qualcosa.
creative director of Outerloop Games,
Vabbè.
and I want to introduce you to our new game, Dosa Divas, a spicy
One last
narrative-based
meal.
RPG. Platform through vibrant villages, battle corporate goons.
Claire. Oh, scusa. Aspetta, la dosa non è l'impasto dei taco, delle tortilla? Forse? Si chiama dosa? Non sono sicuro però.
Engage in a flavorful turn-based combat system where every attack packs some heat.
Mi pare che lo è.
Especially when you time it right. Hitting the action button as the hit lands amplifies your attack damage and strengthens your blocks against enemy attacks. Use boost points at the start of your turn to multiply damage on attacks.
Ok, c'è anche il Brave, il
Match
default.
enemy flavor cravings to break down their defenses and leave them stuffed. Cook up made-to-order food to wake up villagers from a processed food-induced haze using the expressive cooking system.
L'unica cosa che non mi
Delivering
convince tantissimo è l'art
delicious
style,
party
però
meals
il
reconnects
concept mi
with their
piace.
culture, history, and shared memories, and increases your reputation. Serve up looks like customizing your spirit met goddess. Create your own spicy style with custom wraps and accessories. Dosa Divas, our spicy narrative turn-based combat RPG, will be out in early 2026. Thank you.
Man, io non sapevo che quest'anno non uscivano più
Our
i
pals
giochi.
at Heart Machine, creators of Hyperlight Drifter and Hyperlight Breaker, have teamed up with our buds at Devolver. They're mixing things up with surreal, interdimensional demon horror.
Mi piace che l'hanno messo vicino a un dinosauro per far vedere quanto realmente è alto.
Here it is.
Hanno fatto le proporzioni. Oddio, it's me. No, ok, quei baffi non sono io. Decisamente no. Decisamente no. Baffi mediocri. Ah, ok. Hanno mangiato i suoi studenti. E ora? Ora non ho nessuno a cui insegnare. E sono maledetto. Uffa. It's time to take the school back. Possessors. Huh. Ok, artwork da Hades. Possessors. Quindi
I'm Miriam, producer at Heart Machine.
ma quindi tipo
Possessors is a
Possessed
search action
Professors?
game set in Senzu, a corporate-run city which has been overrun by demons. What you've just seen is one of 4 animated short we made with Powerhouse Animation. They each tell the story
ok.
of how a character or a creature from Possessors survived the attacks of the demon, or how they
Io penso sia quello la
In
battutona.
Possessors, you play as Luca, a teenager from Senzu who was injured in the disaster.
No, ok, è una
Luca was
teenager.
forced to make
Penso
a
che è
deal
solo
with a demon named
Possessors.
Rem for both of them to survive. Rem possessed her, healed her, and made her strong. Now Luca and Rem are stuck together and forced to get along. They'll have to climb Senzu's skyscraper and fight through hordes of feral demons to escape the city. Along the way, Luca and Rem will discover what Senzu's corporate master were hiding, and piece together what happened by sharing their memory of the past. On behalf of the team, we're all very excited for you to play Possessors, which comes out later this year. In the meantime, you can wishlist Possessor on Steam, or try Luca's new demon power for
Ok, ma perché la scuola è diventata un dungeon?
Will be available later today.
Demoni.
Moonlighter hooked me with its novel shopkeeping gameplay, its clean combat, and its satisfying dungeon-to-market gameplay loop. I could seriously play it all day, and I did. The developers at Spain-based Digital Sun seem to have made some ambitious upgrades to its sequel, including an expansive 3D world, a big change from its previous pixelated form. I hope you're as excited as I am to take a peek at Moonlighter 2 The
Mi piace, lei è molto fisica, mi piace.
Hi there. This
Molto
is Isra from Digital Sun.
attiva.
I'm beyond thrilled to share this event
Enfatizza
with you and show
tanto.
what's in store for
Sta
Moonlighter
facendo
2,
del suo
The
meglio.
Endless Vault.
Moonlighter 2.
Moonlighter 2 The Endless Vault is a sequel to our beloved shopkeeping roguelike. As in the first game, here you venture into ever-changing dungeons to fight enemies and find relics. Then you go to your shop, sell your loot, and turn it into a profit to get better gear. This unique blend of gameplay is what made the first game so special, and now we're bringing it to a whole new dimension of quality and ambition. Talking about new dimensions, this entry begins in Tresna, a blood-brimming town. Here, Will finds himself stranded after one of his adventures. He won't be alone, though. Old and new faces will join him along the way. For now, let's jump straight into the portal, where every adventure unfolds.
Mi chiedo se per uno sviluppatore c'è qualcosa di più bello di il tuo primo gioco viene ricevuto così bene e hai così tante idee per fare un sequel e puoi farlo usando l'esperienza del primo e con più budget e tutto quanto. Tipo, ah cacchio, abbiamo dovuto accantonare così tante idee per il primo perché non ce la facevamo, perché non avevamo il budget, perché non c'era il tempo. E poi, oh shit, il gioco è andato... Poi puoi ributtarci dentro le idee e realizzare magari la vera visione. La visione completa, diciamo.
Although backpack effects can double or triple your profit. Let's say that you keep the adventure running. Let's say that you even feel very...
Perché penso che si nota quando un sequel è soltanto the same again o quando è effettivamente un 2 come si deve.
This is one of the first bosses of the game and shows how the combat has
E va benissimo quando un gioco è more of the same, cioè se stai cercando more of the same va bene.
He's also protected by a sound barrier that you'll need to deactivate before striking back. Merchants need to be smart. It doesn't matter how far you get.
Bello quando
Successful runs leads to the same place, your shop. The shop is where you put a price on your loot and try to get the best deals. There are ways to influence the outcome. For now, all I can say is haggle hard, sell harder. Well, there's actually something I can already share with you. Just like the perks in the dungeons, you can also unlock special effects each time you open your shop. They can potentially skyrocket your profit, unleashing powerful synergies and selling streaks. You never know what will happen when you open your shop. That's why we call it a shopkeeping roguelike after all. That's it for now. After nearly 7 years since
Detto questo sembra un gioco di merda, no scherzo.
Hope you are as excited as we are. Please stay tuned to our socials for all things Moonlighter 2, The Endless World. See you in Tresna.
E spesso la parte peggiore è lo screenshot che serve, cioè, non so, l'arte del titolo. Tipo l'artwork lì che presenta il gioco non sembrava granché. Ma se vedi il gioco... Ah, questo ho visto qualcosina. Beh, è World Premiere, quindi forse no.
Welcome to Day of the Devs.
A me pare di sì, mi pare che ho visto qualcosa di Please Watch the Artwork, però.
And I'm a developer from Belgium. I'm the creator of Please Touch the Artwork, a series of casual and accessible games based on real paintings, where I explore what would happen if we did touch the artwork. I usually start by choosing a painter I like, and then think about what gameplay could fit their art style. For my third game, I fell in love with American realist painter Edward Hopper. But this time, you're not gonna be touching artworks. You're just gonna be watching them. At night.
At night?
Please Watch the Artwork is a psychological spot the difference game, where you are a night watch.
A psychological spot the difference game.
In short, Mama.
Okay.
Your job is simple. Watch the paintings and report any anomalies.
A psychological spot the difference game?
They are alive, and there is a mysterious sad clown wandering around, spreading their sadness over all the paintings. You're gonna need
reporting
memory, focus, and lots of coffee to avoid this from happening. If you don't know Edward Hopper, no worries. You don't need to know him to be able to enjoy the game. But he's most famous for his painting, Nighthawks. He depicted themes like loneliness and urban isolation. So for me it made sense to create a psychological horror game. I also wanted a mechanic that made people really look at the paintings, hence the Spot the Difference gameplay. There are no jump scares in this game.
Thank you.
No monsters.
Thank you.
The only things that are chasing you are the feelings of paranoia, self-doubt, and maybe some nostalgia towards Hopper's America from the early 20th century. Okay, you've got some clowns, but they are kinda harmless. It's just you, the night, and the paintings. I don't have a release date yet, but you can now wishlist the game on Steam. However, and don't tell this to anyone, it's probably gonna be around Halloween this year.
Ok.
Thanks to Day of the Devs for giving me this wonderful opportunity, and I really hope you like this bizarre little thing I made. Bye bye.
Sono stanco, chat. Ma dovrebbe essere finito, non credo che dura.
We've had a long-time love affair with this next dev at Tribute
Magari
Games.
no, magari
It goes
dura
all the way
un'ora
back to the very first Day of the Devs, where we showed Mercenary Kings. It's been amazing to see what they've done since then with games like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles: Shredder's Revenge, which is a huge nostalgic bomb.
Perché ho il microfono
and they're set
attaccato
to
alla
deliver
barba.
again with Marvel Comic Invasion.
Hi, I'm Frédéric Gemus. And I'm Kevin Chiasson. We are part of Tribute Games from Montreal, Canada, and are currently working on Marvel Cosmic Invasion.
Marvel Cosmic Invasion is a retro-inspired beat-em-up set in the Marvel Universe. When Annihilus launches an attack across the galaxy, it's up to 15 Marvel superheroes to save the day.
15?
So far, we've announced Captain America, Spider-Man, Venom, Wolverine, Storm, Nova, Phyla-Vell,
and we've just revealed that Rocket Raccoon and She-Hulk are joining the fight.
Each heroes have been designed
Ok,
around
la larva è
their
tipo un
unique strengths
cucciolo di
and
She-Hulk,
powers.
forse.
Some of them can take on airborne enemies,
Non so
while
molto di
others
lei.
can deal devastating damage closer to the ground.
We also introduced an exciting mechanic, the Cosmic Swap, a tag team system allowing for instant switching between two heroes, creating powerful combos and unique strategies.
Non
For
credo
level
l'ha
design,
picchiato.
we
Ok.
recreated iconic Marvel settings,
Era
such
un
as the
nemico.
Mutant Heaven of Genosha, the
Magari lo
high-tech mobile
saluta
base
così.
of S.H.I.E.L.D. Helicarrier, plus a thrilling roster of legendary location across the cosmos. We had a lot of fun inserting fan favorite references for you to find out in the background, so keep a lookout.
Sentinel.
As devoted fans of the Marvel Universe, we saw this project as a huge honor and a great opportunity.
L'unica che non conosco è quella lì con la
celebrate
spada
our
di
childhood's
luce
fondest
o di energia.
Who knew that the
Non so
countless
chi è.
hours spent at the comic book shop or the arcades would bring us here today?
We hope that Marvel Cosmic Invasion is a true love letter to all fans who grew up with the Marvel Universe.
Marvel Cosmic Invasion is coming to PC and consoles this holiday.
And now for something of a moodier persuasion. A horror fantasy life sim, co-directed by the pixel artist from Celeste, with haunting and lovely music from Disaster Piece, composer of Hyperlight Drifter, It Follows, and Fez. And to boot, an amazing group of human developers from Vancouver.
Ok. Che cos'è? È Animal Crossing ma horror. No, ok. Oddio. Buongiorno.
Hi, I'm Isa, programmer and writer of Neverway.
And I'm Pedro, artist and designer of Neverway, a horror RPG and light sim.
Sono questi i due personaggi di The Coffin of Andy.
You play the game as Fiona. After quitting your dead-end job, you try to start over on a farm,
Oh,
a
è
place
davvero
where
una
you can
fattoria
escape
però.
from all your problems, and finally it starts fresh.
But it gets darker. Fiona will find herself indebted as immortal herald of a dead god. With your sword, you can fight in a fast-paced combat, and you can choose your secondary gear to change how you fight.
Ma aspetta, ma se voglio solo coltivare rape?
But remember, you still need to keep your new life on track. You can do things like shopping at the Cell Mart or paying your mortgage using your very own Luna OS computer. You can also befriend or even romance more than 10 characters, each with their own
C'è
special
tempo per il
cutscenes
romance
and
mentre i
routines that
demoni
can
ti
interact
stanno
with each
maledendo
other.
e
And as you
rovinando
get
la vita
closer to those
costantemente.
characters, you can use those relationships to unlock new compatibilities that change the way you fight.
Ok.
You can farm, fish, and cook, but Neverway doesn't play like a regular life sim RPG. Time progresses in 3 blocks: morning, afternoon, and evening, and you choose when to advance by doing things like eating, sleeping, or reading a manual. The idea is to let you set your own pace, so you can choose when you want to fight, or when you just need a break and see your friends.
Ok.
You will eventually start searching for the Neverway, a decaying, nightmarish reality that is slowly leaking into yours. There you will learn what's happening to this dark, post-apocalyptic world as you pay out your debt.
If this sounds like your kind of game, you can wishlist Neverway on Steam and stay up to date to our latest announcements. And thank you for watching.
Jumpscare. No.
It's time for a world premiere. This one from a studio based in Johannesburg called Nyamako. Their previous title, the postmodern platformer Semblance, earned them a place on Forbes Africa's 30 Under 30 list back in 2018, along with a host of other accolades. And since then, they've been hard at work on Relooted, a heist game which tackles a political and righteous subject matter. Please take a look.
Relooted. Ok, il looting.
We need a ride.
Something incognito.
Like a submarine.
No, but also fast.
Like a jet/submarine.
Can you be serious?
Ready.
What are we doing?
Hi, I'm Marker, the lead animator at Nyamako.
And I'm Sita, producer at Nyamako.
Relooted is set in the near future, where a new treaty has been signed between the West and Africa. The treaty goes that all African artifacts that are on public display must be returned to their country of origin. But museums are using a loophole to avoid repatriation. They begin to only exhibit artifacts in private. Our heist crew is made up of regular people who band together to see these artifacts returned to their country of origin, operating from a hideout in Johannesburg, South Africa.
Cuckoo, how do you do the mysterious plague, huh?
Are you not tired? Rest. We have work to do tomorrow.
In the real world, a French government report estimated that 90% of sub-Saharan African cultural heritage is in the possession of Western collections. That is millions upon millions of deeply important cultural, spiritual, and personal artifacts, including human remains, that aren't in their rightful place. While the locations in the game are vague and invented, the 70
Hanno
artifacts
detto
in
il titolo,
Relooted
sì, è
are very much real.
Relooted.
And, as of today, reside
Ma lo
in Western
mostreranno alla
museums
fine.
and private collections. Take, for example, the Ngaji drum, a hugely important spiritual item to
Ok,
the
la
Pomo people of
riconquista
Kenya. It was believed
di
destroyed in
artefatti
1910. In reality,
che sono stati
it had been sent and kept in
presi
storage
all'Africa
in European
durante
museum. In
il
2016,
colonialismo,
a
neocolonialismo,
museum
eccetera.
lets a Bokoma prince visit the drum in storage. He was the first Kenyan in over 100 years to see the drum. It still remains in storage.
Sì,
today.
beh, l'idea, soprattutto per gli
Before we finish
scheletri,
in
l'idea
Relooted,
che un
players
tuo
will receive a
antenato
briefing where
è
they can learn more about
esposto
these
in un
artifacts,
museo
where they are from,
a
their
caso
significance, and
non
how
è
they
proprio il
came to be
massimo.
removed from the African continent.
He was taken to England following the suicide of his father and the defeat of the Ethiopians by the British at Magdala in 1868.
Relooted is a combination of action and puzzle. Once you pick up a target artifact, the alarm triggers, and you only have a certain time to get out before
Oh shit,
security arrests you.
è come Wario Land. C'è la fuga rapida alla fine.
The heists are made up of 3 phases. In phase 1, you case the joint, collecting information about where the targets are and what obstacles you'll face.
From here, we can smash the security glass and get you up to the next floor.
In phase 2, you roam the level, carefully avoiding tripping the alarm and preparing your escape route.
È un po' educativo.
In phase 3, you execute, flowing through your plan and evading security systems as you carry Africa's heritage
Ah, c'è
home.
un po' di parkour anche, ok. Sembra cool.
Relooted is coming to Steam, the Epic Game Store, and Xbox Series X and S. You can wishlist it now.
Remember Patapon, that charming series of games about those little dudes walking around doing stuff and making music? Well, there's a sequel. Well, kind of a sequel. It's a spiritual successor. It's the core team from Sony Japan that made the OG games coming back at you with more charming little dudes doing stuff while making music. Here it is.
こんにちは。パタポンの原作者であり、現在
ソニーキャラクターオリジナリ
ラタタンの開発をしております。小谷弘樹と言います。
そして私はラタタンのリードプロデューサーを務める坂尻和人と申します。
私は現在サーフィンやランニング、そして大好きなけん玉の練習をしている時以外は
おいけん玉。
常にラタタンがより面白くなるように努力をしているところになります。
ラタタンはよりカラフルなデザインと、オンラインマルチプレイモード、ローグライトなど新たなゲームデザインに取り組んで日々開発を行っています。
そして皆さんと一緒に育ててきたファンベースはとても素晴らしいものであり、コミュニティに投稿していただける応援のメッセージとか可愛らしいファンアートにはいつも励まされています。
プロデューサーとして日々この業界の苦しさを感じております。ですがこのように自分たちの好きなゲームが作れることに日々喜びを感じています。我々インディーチームですのでまだまだ皆さんの支援が必要となります。今日は、新しいトレーラーをお持ちしましたのでぜひご覧いただきたいと思います。それではどうぞ。
Vediamo. Io non so cosa fa in Patapon. Allora, ci sono le carte. Combatti a ritmo. The Ever After. È un po' più action di Patapon questo. Vabbè, sì, è così tanto Patapon. Anche il logo. Cosa bevono?
This next game, led by the legendary Warren Spector of Epic Mickey and Deus Ex fame, is a totally new take on stealth. His talented team is making something
mi sa che abbiamo visto un
like
trailer di
nothing
questo,
else.
del nuovo
It's an
gioco di Warren
evocative game
Spector.
set in a turn-of-the-century universe, and I cannot wait to play it.
Hi, I'm Warren Spector,
Hey, Warren.
Chief Creative Officer at Otherside Entertainment. At Otherside, we don't play it safe. We take chances, we tackle hard problems, and we do what's right for games and gamers. And what's right now is Thick as Thieves. It's a multiplayer stealth action game, unlike any action or stealth game you and your friends have experienced before. Response to the idea and what we've been able to show has been terrific. The team behind the game is so excited by the response that we wanted to show you more. So here's an early pre-alpha sneak peek at Otherside's upcoming player-powered game, Thick as Thieves.
Sì, è Sea of Thieves. Fa pure rima.
So we're trying to have all the bells and whistles of an immersive stealth game, like hiding in shadows,
Sea of Thieves ma rubate.
and vision cones, and timing your movements with them, and lockpicking your way through a guarded location. The X factor to me, however, is probably the presence of other players in the same game.
The thing is, I could study the AI all day long. I could study the levels all day long. But the other thing is, I don't know what another player is going to do. Are they going to actually pickpocket me? Making, you know...
Ah, ok, non è copy.
So fun. Something that won't happen in another match ever again. I think that's the thing that I'm looking most forward to seeing players do.
I can feel like a real master of stealth or deceit or cunning, because I'm not just outsmarting NPC AI, which can be satisfying, but it's an actual human being that I'm getting the best of.
So one of our core design pillars in Thick as Thieves is to play with your ears. And to me, that means a lot as audio director, because you understand your surroundings at all times. You understand where you are on the map. You can hear where other thieves are. You can hear other threats like guards. You could also be able to tell, like, oh, I'm in this quiet environment, and then I can hear outside it's very loud. So I'm thinking to myself, it's raining and there's a thunderstorm. Maybe that can mask some of my sounds so I can kind of go in undetected. And a lot of this is not faked. If you hear a train in the background in the distance, there's actually a train passing by in the world. Every thief for themselves, right? You know, thieves going at it 1v1v1. And one thing that I really like to do is kind of stay back in the shadows and watch everyone go at it. People are falling into my traps and then just waiting for the right moment to swoop in.
So every match is always fresh to me. The weather changes, the locations of the clues or the loot, the guard patrols, and of course the players are always on their own separate quests, so really anything can happen. You know, we've been working on this game for a while now, and I'm just totally stoked that other people are excited about it too. I really want to get this game in front of more players as soon as we can, and I'm hoping that many of you will sign up for a playtest. We'd love to get your feedback on the game, and we'd love to show you what we've been putting together over here. So, thank you very much.
This is a new title from a longtime collaborator of ours, both at Double Fine Presents, where we publish their game Kids, and here at Day of the Devs, where we've highlighted titles like Time Flies. Here's a first look at their new game, Pocket Boss.
Pocket Boss?
Hi, I'm Mario. I'm roughly half of a small studio called
Ciao Mario.
based in Zurich, Switzerland. I worked on games like Plug and Play.
Oh no! Oh, il tizio di Plug and
I'm
Play!
looking forward to show you something brand new.
È il tizio di Plug and Play!
Pocket Boss is a short game about the small joys of manipulating data. As a remote worker, you're in touch with your boss through a chat interface and will get all kinds of requests.
Svizzero sul palco, quindi devi giocarlo. Nah.
Be smart, erase competitors with one swipe of a finger, navigate the stock market without crashing, and generally find easy solutions for hard problems. Your boss will verify if everything looks correct, and most importantly, beautiful.
Okay.
But as you do all that, the charts start to get a life of their own. They go wild. Will you be able to tame them? Or maybe even find your own satisfaction on your way to success? Pocket Boss is an intimate encounter with data exploring the secret life.
Ho paura cosa succede con le barre male e female.
The game will come out later this year.
Conoscendo le backstory.
You can find more information and a link to the Steam page on pocketboss.ch. Thank you.
Okay.
This autobiographical game is all about food and our complicated relationship with what we eat and what we see. Its unique gameplay unpacks the frustration and even the strange humor of cooking, eating, working out, and more. And we finally have a release date.
Hi, I'm Jenny.
Hi, I'm AP.
We're the co-directors of Consume Me.
Consume Me won the Seamus McNally Grand Prize at the 2025 Independent Games Festival.
More importantly, it's about to get its release date announced at Day of the Devs.
After we talk specifically about how cool it is.
Ok. Cosa fai? Mangi?
Did you feel like a complete jerk and or a loser in high school? Well, I did.
No.
And I did not stop her from spending several years of her adult life letting me make a hardcore role-playing game about it with her.
I was not my high school valedictorian. My grades were a toilet emoji. Furthermore, 0 European museums had ever yet featured an exhibit of my art. So the only thing I could think of to want to do was get hot. That's where you come in. Are you tough enough to help cartoon me get hot?
Each story chapter in Consume Me sees Jenny with new goals and not enough time to comfortably accomplish them.
You, the player, must manage her schedule by making meticulous decisions about how to spend her free time.
Every activity costs or boosts different resources.
Okay.
These activities often involve mechanically hilarious mini-games.
In Consume Me, putting food on your lunch plate is a puzzle game.
You can buy a sponge at the corner store to make the hitbox bigger in the bathroom cleaning minigame, and you can also wear a special outfit that results in your mom giving you more money if you clean the whole bathroom.
Yoga might kill you.
Encounter cash on the street.
Gli eventi non mi piacciono le persone che parlano, in questi eventi piccoli amo le persone che descrivono il gioco nelle loro camere o nel parco. Sono relatabili perché sono umani e non robot.
Can you win the heart of the boy of your dreams? Can you hold on to it? Can you chart a course toward a sustainable future? Can you fit just one more to-do goal on your plate? Or is it already full to bursting?
More importantly, does any of this matter, either in the game or in real life?
We don't have time to spoil the story here.
So you'll have to find out yourself when Consume Me comes to Steam on September 25th, 2025.
Please wishlist it as soon as you can.
Seriously, at the rate of $20 per 16 dog walks, it is going to take me 1,095.89 years to earn $1 million, and we need to make another game after this.
Thanks.
Okay.
Quanto sono seri.
Sometimes great games can go unnoticed. If you're lucky, maybe you build a small cult audience, but very rarely do those games go on to inspire huge games like Undertale. That's exactly what happened with this game. Originally released in 2008, and now seeing a release on Steam and Switch, this is Off.
Oh, Off!
Hello, I am Mortis Ghost, a Brussels-based comic book artist and creator of the
Ho giocato all'originale Off. È particolare.
Off is a game I made 15 years ago when I was still a big, sweetie, drooling crybaby. It's a Japanese-inspired RPG where you control a baseball batter chasing ghosts in a cubic, strange world. I made this game with no other ambition than to create something funny to show my friends and a few people on the internet. But it got out of my control, and became very famous. The reason is that the game is somehow cursed. It harbors a diabolical force that I can't describe. I ask you please not to play it.
Ok. Troppo tardi, l'ho già giocato. Sì, lo so che Toby Fox ha fatto la musica perché non è tornato il compositore originale. O non sono riusciti a entrare in contatto, non lo so. Però per me l'OST originale è abbastanza fondamentale per l'esperienza del gioco. Ciao Toby.
And I hope you will take this chance to play it either for the first time or the 100th time.
Maybe un giorno, però appunto senza la musica è strano per me. Non è off senza la musica originale.
In addition, Mortis Ghost has designed 6 new bosses for returning controllers. Plus, we have a new soundtrack, which you're hearing right now, and revamped combat. We're proud to announce Off's release date for Nintendo Switch and Steam.
And now, a world premiere from a studio based in Quebec called Game Team 6. This is their second game together, and it's one of those where the title kind of tells you all you really need to know. It has you sold before you've even seen a pixel.
Con tutto il rispetto per
Please enjoy
Toby
your
Fox.
first look at Tire Boy.
Quanto dura ancora?
Hi, I'm Corey Martin.
I am Tired Boy.
And I'm Andy Chmelenko. We're co-creators of Game Team 6, a small studio from Canada making heartfelt games with big ideas. We're so excited to introduce you to Tire Boy, a playful action-adventure platformer about a tire person.
Okay.
Tire Boy is fast and nimble, leaping through lush environments, solving environmental puzzles, and taking on heroic battles.
È l'uomo ruota.
All while helping locals and uncovering his own past.
Tire Boy may be the last of his kind and was lost as a child. At the start of the game, we learn how he was raised by a large owl named Nestwick and doesn't know much about his family or ancestors.
It's a story
You look
about
tired.
connection and curiosity.
Dici davvero,
as Tire
you
Boy
look
journeys
tired
through a
dall'uomo
vast,
ruota.
unfamiliar world, searching for purpose and traces of his forgotten origins.
Many of the locals
Ecco,
have
qua la
grown fond of
traversata
Tire
è
Boy.
ottima.
They'll often ask him for things ranging from small favors to the game's main objective, which is to repair a giant radio transmitter to help the local community make contact with long-lost
Cavalli
travelers.
umanoidi col
Despite that
prizoma.
silly premise, we're striving to make the world feel really grounded and genuine.
Another thing we've emphasized throughout development is being playful with the scale of things in the world, wanting to make the player feel small and make you feel like a kid, giving you that childlike experience of feeling like everything around you is impossibly big. And that has a meaningful impact on gameplay, given that you move fast and it feels more satisfying to do so in a big, sprawling world.
Tire Boy is weird, heartfelt, and full of little surprises. We've built it to feel like a place you'll want to come back to, whether you're chasing big moments or just soaking in the quiet ones.
Sonic, ma una ruota.
Wishlist Tire Boy on Steam now and follow @tireboygame.com on Blue Sky to keep up to date. Thanks for watching and enjoy the rest of the show.
Who doesn't love a vacation? TOEM took us on a delightful expedition, and the sequel, TOEM 2, takes
Ho
us
giocato
even
TOEM quest'anno.
further from 2D to 3D. Something we made from Sweden does it again.
Aspetta, vediamo.
Hello everyone.
In
I'm
3D.
Lucas.
Vabbè, era già praticamente in
co-founders
3D.
and developers
TOEM.
at Something We Made. Some of you might remember us, or even better, our
Sì, era in
little
2D,
game
ma
TOEM from 2021's showcase.
ti vedi, è in 3D.
Making TOEM was an adventure on its own. We never thought it would
Solo
bring
con un
a
art
whole
style
chapter
2D,
afterwards
like.
filled with love from all around the world. And that's why it's exciting and honestly a bit scary returning to something so dear to our and others' hearts. We teased the game at Wholesome Snack in December, and we're beyond stoked to show the game for the very first time.
Ok, vediamo com'è. Oh, beh sì, è un 2.
TOEM 2 is still a photography adventure that resides in a
Sì, è
whimsical
tutto
world,
più animato.
where the main objective is to photograph a phenomenon known as TOEM. Set a few years after the original game, our protagonist now jumps into their biggest adventure yet. And what the phenomenon is this time, well, you'll have to discover that yourself.
Ah, quindi il fenomeno è diverso
Along their
stavolta.
journey, they'll stumble upon special NPCs we call friends, each with their own personality and questline. These friends allow deeper relationships for the player, aiding them through fears and difficulties.
Ecco, questo è un sequel che credo sia more of the same, però non è un male.
Each friend gives the player what we call a camera tool. These tools allow new and interesting ways of interacting with the world through your camera. For example, the scissors, which cut things.
Questa è nuova.
Or take the hammer, which, yeah, you guessed it, is great for smashing stuff.
As you might have noticed, we have updated the visuals. It's a crafty mix of render styles that allows us to reimagine the world without compromising on the vibes. And finally, and maybe most importantly, we have a new movement system. It's probably the biggest change compared to TOEM 1. And you can now jump and climb your way through the environment. It adds a lot of playfulness for us when designing quests and regions, ultimately making the world feel more free and open. And don't you worry, the handy camera continues to be the main gameplay component. This time, we made it feel a bit faster and snappier. And tying that in with the new movement, we can't wait to see the photos you'll take.
So to recap, more story, updated visuals, and a fun new movement system, but still the very same shield and coast experience. The whole team is working so very hard to make
Alcuni
TOEM
PG sono in
something
3D,
that
altri
will stand
sono
proudly
2D.
besides the original game, celebrating what worked while improving the rest.
Boh,
So
sembra
if you're
carino come il
interested to learn
primo.
more, go wishlist the game and join our Discord. See you all real soon. Hello.
Are you looking for a way to support Day of the Devs and you just don't know what to do? We have a new collaboration with our partners at the Academy of Interactive Arts and Sciences. They have an annual program called Game Maker Sketchbook, which sees a celebration of artistry in games. And we don't mean just concept art, we mean character designs, we mean storyboards, we mean iconography, all the different kinds of art that go into developing a game. They are putting a spotlight on, and it's awesome. This year we worked with an illustrator called Nimit Malavia to make this epic piece that features characters from all the best games of the year. Literally dozens and dozens of characters, a veritable Where's Waldo of every game character that you love. That print is limited edition and on sale at iMeepit.com. All the proceeds go to the AIAS Foundation and Day of the Devs. Literally, we're nonprofits asking for your dough, but like, it doesn't just mean giving money. It means you get something in return too. Isn't that a joyous thing?
We want to give a huge shout out to our flagship sponsor at Xsola, who really helped make Day of the Devs happen this year. Xsola is a global video game commerce company that aligns with our mission to help developers connect directly with players and sell more games, without giving up control or extra revenue. Launching today is a new Day of the Devs activation on the Xsola Mall to spotlight some of our favorite games from recent Day of the Devs showcases. Scan the QR code below or head to this URL to explore some amazing indie games. And thanks again to Xsola for supporting this celebration of creativity and community.
Thank you, Greg, for that riff on Xsola. We are so happy to have them as our flagship sponsor. But we also have some other sponsors to thank because it takes a village to support Day of the Devs. We are a non-profit.
Credo sia finita. Sì, sì, sembra che stanno volgendo verso la fine.
We got our founding sponsors, Double Fine Productions.
Oh, la schiena mi sta
We have
uccidendo.
a whole list of other folks that have been contributing throughout the last year, and we just want to give them a shout out. Annapurna Interactive, Blumhouse Games, Devolver Digital, Idea Xbox, 47 Communications, Panic, PlayStation, Razer, Sabotage Studio,
Nintendo never.
Studio
Non
MBHR,
sopportano mai
Summer
niente.
Game Fest, and Jeff Keighley and the whole gang at the Game Awards for your continuous support.
Ora la merda.
Thank you so much.
And if you'd like to donate directly
Ogni
to
volta
Day of the
sempre
Devs,
meglio
you
del
can go
Summer
to
Game Fest.
dayofthedevs.org and do so
Addirittura.
there. And remember, Day of the Devs is a 501c3 nonprofit organization, so any donations are 100% tax deductible.
If you like what you saw here today and want more, just follow us on the World Wide Web, www.dayofthedevs.org. Please wishlist these games. It means a lot to the developers. And thank you for watching today. Thanks to all the developers for sharing their games. And thank you to all our generous sponsors
Grazie
for making this possible.
mille,
We'll see you
Team
next time on Day of the
Schaefer.
Devs. Point.
Huge thanks to our friend Dosa for providing the beats for today's show, and please stay tuned for a musical performance from the game Unbeatable and the band Peak Divide.
What?
I'm RJ Lake, and I'm directing Unbeatable, a game where music is legal and you do crimes, with Andrew Tsai over at D-Cell. This is a never-before-heard new track from... this is mostly a never-before-heard track from Unbeatable. It's not a live performance, but all the performances in it are live, if that makes sense. That's because the guitarist is playing lead guitar and rhythm guitar and acoustic guitar and is the drummer, and our keyboardist is the cameraman.
Okay.
This should show you probably just how much work goes into even one of the songs on our 100% original soundtrack, which, by the way, starting right now, you can pre-order at dcellgames.bandcamp.com. That's right, at dcellgames.bandcamp.com. You can pre-order the soundtrack and you'll get all of the songs that we've shown off so far, including this one. Enjoy.
Fatto sentire, ok. Occhio.
Has your voice been truly locked away? Kept inside these worn-out tapes we made? Or maybe this is another dream I'll soon forget. So
Ok, preordino.
wait for you instead.
È un peccato che il gioco è in trasparenza sotto perché non so se lo riconosco. Sarei curioso di vederlo. Unbeatable era uscito. Ma credo di no. Questa è la prima volta circa che si sente questa traccia. Bravi. Bella. Bravi, bravi, bravi.
That song is called Worn Out Tapes, and it's actually going to be playable in our demo starting during Steam Next Fest on June 9th, alongside Worn Out Tapes' Tally Ho version, which you might recognize from Rhythm Doctor.
I remember hearing that first version of Worn Out Tapes all the way back in 2018, which is when we started working on the game. As time went on, the style of the game's music and the way we designed the charts for them evolved. and it's a full circle moment getting to bring you this brand new edition of the song when made for their final version of the game.
Both the vocal album and the score for Unbeatable just went live on dcellgames.bandcamp.com for pre-order. And if you pre-order the vocal album, you get all of the songs that we've shown off so far, including worn out tapes. And if you pre-order the score, you'll get all the background music from the demo, all the cop fight music, all of the baseball stuff from the demo. You can also listen to all of that starting today on our YouTube channel. And that's basically it for my calls to action for this. What else is there to say besides wishlist the game, play the demo, and thank you a lot. Like, genuinely super... we're not here without you. Like, genuinely. I don't have anything to say. I don't have any real words. All the planned stuff ended back when I stopped talking about the album. This, I can't really think of a good way to thank you, because there is more love that has come into D-Cell than I have any idea what to do with. This game doesn't exist without the support we've gotten so far. So, oh my God, from the bottom of my heart and everyone at D-Cell Games, thank you so much. We're going to continue trying to do the best we can do.
Ok, it's over. Bel piccolo show, carino. Bei deep dive, circa deep dive negli indie. Ora Devolver